Tror vi tar det en gång till. Thank you for coming. I understand you play one of the bad guys in episode 4 of Black Box.
Yes, that's right. The baddest of all the guys.
Yeah, that's right.
I understand you are studying drama, so you have acting experience from before.
Actually, I only have music experience because it's my first year in theater.
From before.
Yeah, I have. I've been doing acting for about 10, 11 years now. And this is not my first time doing like a TV show. I was on NRK for a couple of years ago, where I also played a bad guy, so that was fun as well. But I think this one was a new experience for me because I got to work with a lot of inexperienced young people, but at the same time they were sure of what they were doing, so that was fun as well. So I got to learn a whole lot of new things, so that was cool.
Okay. How did you get the role?
I was asked by my friend from my home place, Magnus Horne. He asked me to play in the series, and I said, everything for you, Horne boy.
I was asked because Marius, who plays the other bad guy in episode 4, he was asked by Magnus, and they needed an extra bad guy.
What do you think about your character?
For me personally, I'm not that bad as the role I play, so it was a bit challenging, but also fun to play, absolutely.
The first thing that in a way struck me was that I was kind of the stupid one.
In some of the ways, your character is also human, of course, so he has feelings and he also stuff. So, in any way, can you relate to the way, some of the ways your character thinks or maybe feel about some things?
Both yes or both no. In many ways, I can't feel the bad guy way, if you know what I mean. But also, I get angry or bad guy. I get angry too, and I also have a temperament.
Temper?
Temper too. So in many ways, in many feeling, I can relate to my role.
Yeah, kind of, in the way that he's a bit naive, but also sure of what he wants. But, you know, in the show I say, look at the guy in the bar, he's looking like the Joker, it's freaking me out. Like, all of the utopia that the show was in, it was like, I can relate to picturing or seeing other people's in the street that are just smiling for no reason, you know, because we live in Norway, so it's not like it's not the most you know, generous people in the world, but so that was, yeah, the one thing that struck me.
Were there any difficulties acting in English?
Absolutely. The biggest challenge for me was the English part because I'm not that good speaking English. So my biggest task was doing the English part of it.
There's always some difficulties because English is not my first language, of course, but in the start of the show, before we started shooting, we went through the lines with Sven and the other actors so that we could say our lines that it wouldn't sound too much or that it wouldn't sound unnatural. And that was really...
Last question. Looking back on the whole experience, the whole production experience, what is one of your most favorite memories?
favorite memory was when we were on set and there were like this Magnus, the one of the characters in the series, is a bit better than me in English. So he said this part, "Dricker the water," and that was, "Are you drinking water?" He should say, but he said, "Dricker the water," and that everyone was just laughing, and that was a fun thing rest of the periods, and we just kidding around with Magnus, and absolutely the biggest memory.
Well, production of the episode. What is one of your most favorite memories?
I think the best memory, I think it was when I asked Sven that, because they were a bit unsure how they would film Marius from going to the car and meeting me, and so I came up with a suggestion that he should try to take the camera down and follow the legs, and the cameraman and Sven always listened to me, and so when we tried it, it looked really, really cool. And so when we got to see the episode on Rockin' and stuff like that, the shoot where he walks with the legs, that was in, and that was my suggestion. So I think that was one of the best memories, because then I had a bigger part to say, not only acting but also trying to direct, so that was cool.